Hanley is our guest of honour today, MBE, star of so many great rugby league occasions, domestic and international. A Lance Todd Trophy winner in 1989 when Wigan beat St Helens by 27 points to 0. And Ian Lenigan alongside him. Just behind Brian Barwick, the chairman of the RFL. Joe Burgess. Oliver Gildart, whose dad Ian would have played with Ellery back in the day. John Bateman. Sean O'Loughlin, the skipper, and again, a couple of teammates there, Sean Wayne and Ellery Hanley. So Nigel Wood, the chief executive of the RFL, introduces our refereeing team today, Phil Bentham for the third time, and the young lady there is Jessica Marsh, 9 years of age, from Preston, and she's won a competition to be the 5th official here today. You can put your own punchline in about a 9-year-old being better than the real thing, but that would show some disrespect, wouldn't it? Lee Radford. Some words of encouragement there from our guest of honour. Gareth Ellis, Adam Pearson, the Hull chairman and owner. We take credit to him last year with the way he stayed faithful with his coach Lee Radford, and boy, is that faith being repaid in such great measure. Mark Minicello, who along with Gareth Ellis could yet be the oldest ever Lance Todd Trophy winner if he was named man of the match today. Special prize that's been awarded every year since 1946. What part might he play? Albert Kelly, his first final for Hull FC, but his second representing the city of Hull. He played for Hull KR a couple of years ago. The man who picked up the Lance Todd last year, Mark Sneed. A lot of talk about 1985 in the build-up. Are we going to see another classic here today? Well, that was 32 years ago. But there's a couple of stars. Lee Crooks, Gary Schofield, who was controversially left on the bench, came on late. And Sean Edwards, who was, 18 years of age back in 1985. Scored a try, his second Wembley final that year, of course, having played as a 17-year-old the year before when Wigan played against Widnes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ahead of kick-off, we'd ask you please to stand for the national anthem, led by Kathleen Green.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen. Set our victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us, God save the
There's a real old-fashioned feel to Wembley today, isn't there? Andy Farrell and his son Owen, who handed out the shirts to the Wigan players in the build-up to this game. Looks good, doesn't it? This is the way they are lining up today, those two giants for Hull on the wings. Fanua and Talanoa. Jamie Shaw will chip in with some sparky runs. Josh Griffin playing in his first cup final today. Carlos Tumavavi one of many who was involved last year. Albert Kelly and Mark Sneyd. What an important pairing they might be for the black and whites today. Up front, the big fellas, Scott Taylor and Liam Watts. Danny Houghton, who's tackled 52, will be remembered for all time. The match-winning tackle late in last year's final. Sikumanu, Mark Minicello and Gareth Ellis, playing, as we said, in his last Challenge Cup final. Retires at the end of the year. Jake Connor, Josh Bowden on the bench. Connor will come on and add some briskness in the middle. Danny Washbrook and Chris Green, a couple of the other forwards who will be coming on for Hull as well at some stage in this game. Wigan lining up like this. Sam Tompkins at fullback. What a story we might have should Liam Marshall prove to be a match winner today, given his late inclusion. 30 minutes before kick-off he was named. Gelling the joker and Gildart in the centres. The halfbacks for Wigan, again instrumental as they always are. George Williams and Thomas Luluai stepping in his dad's footsteps. James played 32 years ago here, but for Hull, Noah Sala and Clubb up front, Michael McAlorum in the middle, and the back three for Wigan. We got Liam Farrell, John Bateman and Sean O'Loughlin again, who's got terrific familial pedigree when it comes to the Challenge Cup. Willie Isa and Ryan Sutton, two of those on the bench, as are Tolima Tautai and Sam Powell. Wembley is growing impatient. They want to get on with it. Phil Bentham is our referee today. Chris Kendall and Jack Smith, the touch judges. James Child is in our truck as video referee, should he be required.
Offside, lads.
We're ready. We are ready. Joe Burgess puts boot to ball. Hardly a breath of air inside this great stadium. Very little between these two great sides. The forward battle is going to be massive. The dazzle of the backs is going to be important. How's this going to go? Let's hear from our commentary team from the first time, Jonathan Davis and John Keane.
Yeah, today is a day when fairy tales become reality, isn't it? And Wigan straight away have put a marker of intent down there. This big physical Hull FC pack there, receiving 3-4 men in the tackle each time.
Gas.
Yeah, I think it'll be about completing your sets. And maybe getting, repeat sets of 6, because it is very, very warm. It's not a breath of wind down there, so it'll be important to conserve their energy when they've got the ball.
5.
I think Hull are going to be, or rather Wigan are going to be reasonably content with the way this set has gone so far, because they have restricted Hull's go forward. Sneed's first kick of the day, and Joe Burgess will get his first touch of the ball in the arms, and Wigan start their set notably 5 metres away from the halfway line.
Yeah, they'll be absolutely delighted, Dave, with that first defensive set, Wigan, because they restricted the yardage, they put pressure on the kicker, and that allowed them to field the kick on the full. So the first bit of the arm wrestle just goes slightly to the cherry and whites.
Liam Marshall takes it in. Reminder, Tom Davis, heartbreakingly from his point of view, ruled out half an hour before kick-off because of an ankle injury. So Liam Marshall, who wears the number 35, comes in. As O'Loughlin takes it in. This is the 6th, so Williams puts it high. Mahe Fanua is back in his own in-goal area, and that's significant because catching it there gives Hull a tap on the 20-metre mark, and 7 tackles from here.
Yeah, but he won't be happy with that kick, just a little bit too far. It's an easy tap and go now for Hull.
Well, they invested all the energy in restricting the goal forward, and they've let him off the hook. They received that kick in the in-goal area. The first tackle is a 0 tackle, then the 6th tackle commenced. So they'll be real disappointed with that, and here's the result.
And it's a great run out of dummy half by Jamie Shaw, and a quick play the ball as well has got Josh Griffin travelling forward. And Hull are moving within striking range with tackles in the bag as well. Wigan looking to restrict. Danny Houghton shifting it to Albert Kelly with his little dancing steps and half an offload, but he can't get it away. So here's Houghton, last tackle in the set. The kick is from Sneyd into the in-goal area. He's overcooked it, very safe take by Anthony Gelling, and it's Wigan's turn to get the tap back on the 20 and the extra tackle. And here's Marshall looking to get on the outside and dodging back again.
It just shows how important the kick is at the end of the set, because it gave Hull the platform, and the The whole back three of Scholl, Fanoa and Talanoa are brilliant running the ball. They give a platform for their forwards. And there was 100 metres there that they gained.
Do you put that down to adrenaline? The extra couple of yards on each of the kicks at either end?
Well, they're just two poor end of sets, aren't they, from both teams? And that will be one area of the game that the coaches will want fixing up pretty imminently, because on days like this, that extra tackle means so much.
It's Frank Paul Nuasala trying to get to his knees so he can play the ball as quickly as he can. It's back to Tommy Luluai, who puts the kick over the top. Now this is an interesting bounce here, back on the inside, and Bateman, John Bateman, is over for the game's opening tries with less than 4 minutes played. That was a kick that had some intent to it and had the skill attached to.
Very, very clever. They kicked very early in the tackle count. The back on the fourth tackle, the back three hadn't got back. The ball bounced, and as we all know, you shouldn't allow the ball to bounce. The bounce favoured Wigan. Bateman scores.
Well, I'm with you, Jonathan. That was an absolute superb kick from Tommy Luluai, but a kick's only as good as its chase. The wingman is up there. He kicks behind Talanoa. Look at the case there. The bounce was favourable to them, but they took full advantage. It was Gelling, I believe, who fielded that kick. You see there, the ball bounces, it sits up as Gelling receives it, and he's got John Bateman chasing enthusiastically there to cross the try line. What a tremendous kick from Luluai, and that's why you should not allow a rugby league ball to bounce if possible.
What was their intention there, to put backspin on it from Tommy Luluai?
No, I don't think so. You know, that was just an early kick. They saw that the back three hadn't gone back, the two wingers hadn't dropped back. They hit space. And you know, once the ball hits the ground, it's anybody's guess where it's going to go. This time, it favoured Wigan.
So Williams ain't taking too much time with a kick for goal as well. And Wigan are already up and running, leading here by 6 points to 0. Well, what a start.
If ever there was a demonstration on the importance of the kicking game, this is. They had two poor kicks, both sides, one on each, allowed 7 tackles. That was perfect. It turned Talanoa, it made Shaw work to attempt to get there, and that chase, it reaped its own rewards. What a great try.
Wigan fans of a certain vintage will remember a player called Mark Cannon. Do you remember Mark Cannon?
I do, yes.
Who was involved in the 84 season when Wigan got to Wembley, and he had that ability to put backspin on the ball, as we saw from Tommy Luluai there. I just wonder whether Luluai has been working on that. Anyway, here's Gildart.
Play on!
I'm pretty certain Davey will have been.
Move! Go!
Lee Radford is sitting back in his chair. Remember, he's mic'd up today, is Lee, so hopefully we'll be hearing the kind of behind-the-scenes emotion from the coach at half-time and at full-time as well.
I catch it. Catch it.
5! Move, Liam!
Well, they're covering the sidelines this time of the whole back two there. And Sam Tompkins cleverly dissects him and puts the ball to the post, just pulling it up short. Great kick from Tompkins.
Mahe Fanoa. Oh, what a big hit, but he responded in kind. McAlorum ended up flat on his back.
Well, I'll tell you what, it won't bother Mickey McAlorum one iota, because if he gets knocked down, he does get up again.
Just a little bit of a push. He was off balance, he'll tell you. Wasn't the impact. Mahe Fanoa is leaving at the end of the year as well, isn't he? Joining the Wests Tigers, cutting his staying hole short for family reasons. Seems to be heartbroken at the fact he has to leave.
This Wigan side have done some work on the tackle area this week. They really have. Committing numbers and really working technically very well to slow the whole play the ball down.
Here's the last. Back it comes for Sneed. There's a spin on that, which makes it just a little difficult for Tompkins, but safely pouched, and forward comes Burgess.
But that won't trouble Tompkins. He kicked from far out, and Wigan will be happy with that. They'll need an option, because they will, as the boy said in studio, they will close Sneed down, so they'll need another kicking option. You know, Wigan have got Tompkins, they've got Williams, they've got Lelou, so better kicking options for them.
Who's this Lelou you're pointing at?
I think it's related to Luluai.
My L's mixed up.
You should be used to coping with your L's in Wales.
They're usually together.
Here's Gelling.
5! Go!
So the last play again on the set. Williams will put the kick high. Fanua underneath it, and Burgess has just been shepherded away cleverly there by Josh Griffin, just to make his teammates' job a little easier. And as a result, Shaw can try to bring it out. Hull's fans behind at the end that Hull are defending in this first half.
Move! Get square, Wigan! Goal 2.
Danny Houghton. A little bit of a struggle here for Sikamano to...
It was good contact though, wasn't it, from George
Tommy.
Williams there. Really bent his back and hit with the shoulder.
Goal 3.
Liam Watts driving it in.
Move!
9 away from the halfway line. They've still got a couple of tackles in this set. Hull making heavy weather of it just at the moment. Sneed threatened to kick, but out it goes to Shaw, and wider still now to Carlos Twimavavi. He's a classy player.
5.
Last play again, Hull still 40 away. Sneed has got time here to run into that little pocket and then just pumps the kick downfield. The chase is on from Kelly. Tompkins has it covered, picks up off the bounce, and then has a look to see what's available to him, but a good chase from the rest of the Hull FC defenders.
Yeah, it was well dealt with though by Wigan, but Hull had a bit of success there, shifting the ball to an edge, and that bought Sneed the time there to put that kick in, but pretty well diffused there by Sam Tompkins.
Gildart speeding forward, skidding in. Tompkins quickly into dummy half. Farrell is just to his left-hand side, and he cuts in as well. And Wigan find the halfway line. Frank Paul Nuasala.
I think the big difference for me at the moment is the speed of the play of the ball. Wigan are, controlling that quick play of the ball, getting very good field position for an easier kick for, the half box.
Here's another end-over-end kick from Tommy Luluai, but it's not going to be allowed to bounce this time because Shaw's in position. But again, it's a great chase by Wigan.
Look where they are.
And Hull are starting deep inside their own half. They want one of these big men, one of these wingers to try and give them a lift.
Well, I think it's a great tactic, isn't it, from Sean Wayne and the Cherry and Whites, the Wigan Warriors, because they're turning this big Hull forward back round, making them go the full way back before they can cart the ball forward. But a 40-20 attempt from Houghton, but well covered there by Burgess.
Burgess takes it above head height, clean as a whistle, runs it back again, and again look where Wigan are starting. About 10 metres away from the halfway line. They're winning that battle, Jonathan.
They are winning the battle. The line speed is very good by Wigan. That was frustration, by the hook of the kick very early in the tackle, easily taken by the Wigan winger.
They are investing a lot of energy, though, Wigan, in restricting this go forward. A couple of forwards were slow back there, Frank Paul Nuasala and Tony Clubb initially, but I think it's a good investment to restrict this go forward.
And it is warm down there. It's very warm down there. That'll be draining as the afternoon goes on. It's Farrell, who didn't play that properly, wasn't on his feet. Easy penalty for the referee to give, and that's a big lift for Hull.
First penalty, and this will give him good field position.
Well, what's made it worse, Jonathan, is Liam Farrell's in possession of the ball, and it's just sloppy. That really is. They've been really clinical. They've paid attention to the detail of the Wigan Warriors, but that was just sloppy, and it's given Hull FC their first start round about midfield.
What can they make of it? We've got 2 balls on the field at the moment, so as they take, Fanua takes one off. Taylor. Just inside that Wigan half. Houghton comes out, and now Kelly has it. Little dummy shown, but ankles taken away by Williams. Danny Houghton across the field. Here's Scott Taylor being urged forward by his Hull fans. I think they wanted a bit more directness from those big fellas. Houghton waits at dummy half. This little step by Sneed, and then the acceleration, but Bateman's all over him. Good start to the game for John Bateman, attack and defence. Minicello goes left. It's brought back towards the middle. Here's Watts. Gets the arm free. Liam Watts steps on the inside, tries to power over. Very close. Held up just short. Kelly steps back inside, still gets it away. Here's Sneed. Sneed with a kick to the corner. The big leap, the huge leap by Fatui. Talanoa claims the try, celebrates the try, and Hull with their first attacking opportunity are right back in the game.
Well, you know, they didn't close Sneed down, and that was a precise kick on the button. And with this guy running towards it, he has got such a, you know, a height advantage over his winger Marshall. Just watch it, out to the back door, a perfect kick. But just watch, he gets the jump, he gets above him, Marshall. That's a brilliant, brilliant try by Talanoa.
It really is an exceptional try, that one. Beautiful kick from Sneed. He knows Talanoa is taller than Marshall, lands it on Marshall's head, and that's a great shot, isn't it, of Talanoa claiming that ball. But all that, Jonathan, came on the back of that penalty from Liam Farrell when Wigan were in possession.
A stupid play the ball by Farrell, and that's the result. But you're going to see a lot of that because he is so good in the air, isn't he, Talanoa? And he's got such a height advantage, you know, over his opposite number.
And it was a bit of an unstructured kick, that, wasn't it, with that offload from Kelly before Sneed put the kick in.
So they're taking their time with a kick here. Mark Sneed. He was talking to us during the week and talking about the pressure of being the kicker, and he actually loves it. Said he loves being the kicker, whether it's for the goals or kicking out of hand. He just loves that responsibility. Well, here he's got the responsibility of giving his side parity again. It's a terrific take by Talanoa, wasn't it?
Very strange kicking style, isn't it? Like, goes back sideways, curls it in.
Wait for the chance of Sneed if he is successful with this. And he is successful, and it's all square at 6 points apiece.
Crucial time this now for Wigan. Over the next 10 minutes, they need to do what they started at the beginning of this game. That's control the speed of the ruck. Hull FC have got the wind in their sails. They're going to turn up the tempo.
Well, I think both teams have really started very well. You know, when we speak how hot the day is, Hull have completed 6 sets out of 6. Wigan 5 sets out of 6, so they really are paying attention to that detail, looking after the ball to conserve energy. But it also shows just how important it is to maintain your discipline. That penalty was the first real time Hull had a good ball set and they came away with points.
And we've seen that, you know, in the earlier rounds of the Challenge Cup. The field position from the penalty has resulted in many tries.
Here's Liam Watts looking to bring it out, but that defence is just as determined to keep him right there.
Move. No.
Bateman industrious again. Don't forget the Red Button Forum follows us when the match is finished. And hashtag BBCRL is your social media call sign to keep with us. And there's a spilling of the ball, and the Rugby League World Cup, of course. Oh, that begins October the 27th, my word.
What a good hit.
But Hull have lost possession here, and this is a great chance for Wigan now.
Well, that's one to John Bateman.
Yeah.
That is one to John Bateman, because Scott Taylor's carrying the ball. Bateman gets right under the ball, hits with the shoulder, and that's a forced error. Rather than an error that's a sloppy one, that is a forced error. And that really is an important shot there from Bateman on Taylor. Tremendous tackle technique.
Hull need to be on their mettle here.
Come on, lads, let's get this organised better.
The referee's counted the men in the pack and decided there are too many standing in the back line, so Gareth Ellis suddenly takes his position in the big 6. Here's Williams.
Back up, back up.
Tompkins waits a dummy half. 5 tackles to come here. They're going to drive it in. Tony Clubb back in April, having a kidney removed, and here he is playing in a Challenge Cup final in August. Frank Paul Nuisala spinning away. Put down. They want it quickly. They get it quickly now. Williams to this left-hand side. Farrell's moved on his inside. Brushes away the first attempts of Watts. 3 more waiting.
Get square, stay on the line.
Michael McElaurin to Williams. To Frank Paul Nuisala. To O'Loughlin. Here's Luluai. Dummies to 1. Gelling's coming at pace. And he's still going, but he's held up, repelled eventually. Just a yard away. Tompkins out on the last play. Luluai spins it to Williams. Williams, right-footed, dabs it over. Up goes the reaching arms of Mahe Whanoa. That's a wonderful take by the big fella on the wing. And a good clearing run is developing here as well, as Ellis pounds it forward 25 yards out, and they get a penalty, so that's a double bonus for Hull.
That's a brilliant take again. What a take, you know, good competition by the two wingers. Fanoa and Burgess goes up, brilliant take.
Well, I thought the Wigan team there should have run that ball because Fanoa held his nerve. It didn't come up in the line when they shifted it 2 passes. He held his nerve deep so he could attack the ball. And for me, they should have gone through the hands and tried to release Burgess against him with a bit of space there. But to get a penalty on the back of that, that really is a bonus ball.
He's a Melbourne boy, isn't he? Mahe Fanoa grew up in the ARL territory. The Aussie rules were taking that kind of catch came as kind of second nature. An accidental rugby league player, if you like, but what a rugby league player he has been in the last few years. This is Taylor.
2, move Tony!
5 away from the halfway line. Danny Houghton. Inside for Ellis.
Okay.
Sneed with a dummy and then the short flat pass.
Move! Work back,
Cello
Wigan!
is a marked man.
Hold. Goal 3, play on, step
Houghton
to the
again.
side, that's all right. 3.
Kelly. Seen glimpses from him so far, and what about this fella, Sekou Manu, who gets a ball away as well. Liam Watts maybe steals an extra yard as a result of that. Hull get a bit of momentum now. Kelly with a kick behind the winger. Burgess has to be sharp, and he has to go safety first to concede the drop out underneath the sticks.
He had to do that, no doubt about that, Joe Burgess. It was the right option. They'll need to now just get some oxygen in the lungs because they're tired, but that's a really good, clever kick from Kelly. He brought Burgess up, slipped it behind him, then he had to palm it dead, and it's a repeat set from Hull FC. They're building the pressure at the minute, Jonathan.
Yeah, they're finding holes now and they're just getting over, you know, the advantage line, and that's where this guy steps in then. He would see a quick ball on the front foot, and that's where they're all dangerous.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction, Dave. I think we're seeing lots of these backman plays on the shifts. I think that a half-back or an inside ball will get one of these middle channel teams because both of these big packs are feeling the heat. They really are, and we're just coming around about 18 minutes now. I think that's a definite method of getting some points, playing through them.
It's a cup final that's simmering nicely, isn't it, on a hot August afternoon. Building and building, already 2 tries, but you sense plenty more to come. Houghton. This is Gareth Ellis now.
2.
What a professional he has been down the years. Debut in '99 for Wakefield. Last year, this year. Now Kelly. Manu.
Move! Goal 3.
Jimmy Shaw marching up to dummy half. Kelly's away again here, looking for the runner, which is provided by Ellis again. Wigan's defence being called into question, but they're answering in the correct manner so far. It's left to Minichella. Oh, he's nearly there. He nearly got a piggyback over the line. Just held short on tackle 5. So the 6th, Sneed puts the kick up again. The reach by Griffin. The ball goes backwards. It's collected by Mahe Fanoa, who'll claim a second Hull try. The referee is not sure. He's not sure. So we're going to go to the video referee for the first time this afternoon, James Child.
Okay, so the live decision is a try. First thing we check is the onside. They're all onside, so we can play through. Next thing we need to check is the catch. Decide who it comes off. Okay, that's a look here. That comes off the Wigan hand. Contact in the air is fine, so we're playing on from this. We're now going to have a look at the pickup. That's clean. And we're now going to go through to the grounding. Yeah, that's a try.
Back-to-back Wembley tries for Mahe Fanoa. Try scorer in 2016, try scorer in 2017, and Hull hit the lead.
Yeah, tremendous work, wasn't it? And once again, it's that man, Mark Sneed, who's come up with an absolute peach of a kick. The camp down on the Wigan line, and he selects the kick. It's a contest, it's just short of the goal line. both sides go for it. Ricochets out to Fanua, and there's the try. Outstanding last tackle play from Sneed.
Yeah, it's a brilliant kick once again. Just watch, Albert goes up, Griffin goes up. If the kick is accurate, it's so difficult as a defender because you're planted on the try line or near the try line. You can't really get a run and jump at it. So the advantage is with the on-rushing attackers. And these boys, we've mentioned before the game, they are big lads. Sean Wayne mentioned that Hull were the bigger side. They're using it to their advantage magnificently through this guy's kicking game.
And again, it came on the back of field position. They got the field position first try through a penalty. That one was from a repeat set from Albert Kelly. So important field position in this game, as is your last tackle kick plays. 3 tries from kicks already.
Well, his goal earlier, I think, was his 300th for Hull. And in terms of career goals, 497 he's got so far, and now he's got 498, so he could be reaching a big career milestone here today, potentially. But Hull now lead by 12 points to 6, trailing after 4 minutes, leading after 20.
And in all honesty, they deserve that lead. But the play is still to be executed to perfection. That's a genuine contest. Gildart's got to go for it. The whole centre's going for it, and it comes free there to Fanua for the try. But again, it's about field position, it's about pressure, and at the minute, Hull are exerting that pressure on the Wigan line.
And they'll get possession back again as well from the kick-off. Taken in safely by Shaw. There's Liam Watts.
Well, the possession, Dave, has really gone in Hull's direction. 66%, they're having twice as much ball as the Wigan Warriors had at the minute, and that's reflected in the scoreboard. So that possession, allied with the field position which they've been getting there, it's inevitable that points will be posted, and they are.
There's Griffin. He and Albert Kelly didn't play last year, the only two in this whole starting lineup who didn't experience that history-making first ever Wembley win for Hull 12 months ago. Scott Taylor played, of course, for Wigan back in the 2013 final. Winners' medal from that, winners' medal from last year as well. So searching, high kick. Tompkins watches it come down out of that half cloudy sky and hands it back on the inside for Marshall to take it in. And he's got a penalty, too much from the defenders, you might have heard the referee saying.
Yeah,
that's the first Wigan penalty, isn't it? So at the minute, penalties are few and far between. But, Wigan getting the second penalty there, so it's 2-1 to Wigan at the minute, but they do need some ball and they do need some field position to get them back in this game.
Surrender! Stand!
Sam Powell on for the interchange bench in that crucial dummy half position. Here's Tolima Tatai.
Move!
So interchanges are plenty for Wigan to add some freshness to the situation they're in here. Here's Bateman. Powell again. Now Williams offers it to O'Loughlin, but passes to Tompkins, whose take is knocked down. The referee says play on. No, he doesn't.
No.
Well, he dummied us all there. He was going to blow his whistle, then he thought he might not do, and then he decided he would do after all.
It's the first time we've seen that play. I know Sam Tompkins is going to come on the edge and make defenders make decisions. On this occasion, Griffin gets it right, but the extra man was there. If Griffin goes in, he's got to make the tackle on Tompkins.
Played at the ball there, didn't he?
He did.
Josh Griffin. Tompkins released it, plays it, it goes onto Tompkins' body, so it will be Wigan's head and feed, and this is a great opportunity for Wigan. It's a repeat set in the whole half of the field. They've got to make this pay.
Well, the reason the Hull fans are booing it, they're suggesting that he didn't play at the ball and should have been allowed to play on.
Well, I can tell you, David, he did play at the ball.
It's all academic because it's a scrum, Wigan's head and feed. 25 metres out. Here comes Anthony Gelling now. Live wire in the early stages. Powell shapes up a dummy half. Tatai will barge it forward. 12 away. Wigan looking for a response. It's with Luluai. Williams with a dummy and a step. He's a magical player, is George Williams, but they've just about got hold of him.
That's where they'll get the joy, though, Dave, going against the grain.
Back to Luluai. Dummy to Tautai. Out to Tompkins. Quick hands. Gelling flicks it, but flicks it forward. And the referee says, therefore, we'll give a scrum head and feet to Hull.
You have to give credit to the Hull defence. They know what's going to happen. It's very difficult to stop it because you've got Williams and you've got Tompkins coming in to try and create the overlap. And again, the two centres have come in and spotted it and put pressure, on Tompkins, and they foiled two attacks.
That's real good edge defence, isn't it?
Yeah, very good.
It was Tumavavi who came in there and followed him by Talanoa, and it put the receivers of the Wigan of the pass under pressure, and Gelling played it. He took a chance but knocked it forward.
Well, you got to see that's the danger. Tompkins is such a clever player. He'll come in and create that extra man on the outside. Wigan have got to work it out. They've got to work that and play a little bit deeper.
Yeah, they play deeper, or they can put a little kick in behind, but
penalty, ball stolen out of the tackle.
Just feel momentum is with Hull now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Hull they really are taking hold of this game. You can just feel the confidence growing in this team, and they look the best team at the minute by a fair way.
Reminder, this is the Challenge Cup holders against the world champions today. Wigan having beaten Cronulla back in February to claim that world prize. Hull having beaten Warrington in the cup final last year to hold the trophy that they're playing for today. Houghton out of dummy half. Sneed, inside it goes. Tumavavi is going to be put down. 3 tackles still to go. Ellis straightened things up. Real honest endeavour again from him. Danny Houghton, time to look up, consider his options. Here it goes to Taylor. Back to Kelly, no look pass from him into the hands of Josh Griffin. Look one way, pass the other. Griffin took it in. Wigan's defence was looking the right way. They made that tackle. Kelly there with a kick again. There's a bit of space there, but it's taken by Gelling. Is he dragged? He's kept in the field of play just about.
Did really well to stay in the field of play there. Once again, it was a good kick. Yeah. But the good kick's coming on the back of a quick play. But
penalty, Wigan.
Oh, no. You just can't do it. They've put a great kick in. They've got them under pressure, metres from their own line, and then they go offside. And it was a blatant one as well, Jonathan.
Yeah, it was. Just what, Wigan needed, relief. They're way offside. But the thing is the kick, didn't have the height and the precision of Mark Sneed's kick by Albert Kelly. And they didn't really need to go on that tackle then.
Here's Gelling. Keeping it alive. Powell helps it on its way. Williams looking for a bit of that zip. Zikomanu got a hold but couldn't keep a hold. The pass is to Gildart. Gildart shows a bit of pace.
Good defence, Griffin.
Griffin in to make that tackle. Williams again. Here's a Lachlan. Luluai. Wigan spreading it from one side to the other. Bateman cuts back in against the grain of that Hull defence. Luluai. Tautai. O'Loughlin. Now Williams pass. Gone to ground. It's kicked on. The referee says zero tackle here. He's given Wigan an advantage, which they've got now with Burgess, and it is the free play, so Burgess can take a risk like that, and he's almost in. Wow, tackle count starts here. They might not need a full 6. Were it not for the fact that Hull's defence was right on top of things there.
They've got to come left now.
Penalty Wigan.
Tap and go quick. There's so many numbers. A lot of the Hull defenders have been drawn towards the ball on the far side.
That was clever though. That was clever, as you rightly say, Jonathan. There's 3-4 Hull players there presenting him, and they actually, I'm sure they were happy to give the penalty away there.
Yes.
Let us regroup, let us get our defensive line set, and then we'll repel you for this set of 6.
They were so short on the right-hand side for defensively foul. Professional foul.
They're taking their time, all the tricks in the book here, to slow it down as much as possible. But 6 tackles for Wigan. Well, they've taken a kick to touch, so they'll have a tap back on the 10.
On the foot. Hold.
6 tackles for Hull to defend. For Wigan to chance their arm.
Move!
Powell in a dummy half. Luluai just to his left, but it's going short and flat instead for Ryan Sutton.
Goal line.
Powell again, Wigan taking shape. Williams cuts back inside, steps away from the lunging effort of Ellis, keeps it alive when another tackle comes in. Gildart's on this left-hand side, can't find a path through.
Good defence this from Hull, isn't it? Working really hard from the inside, covering the mates.
Farrell, O'Loughlin, again they're using the ball. Luluai, dummies and dummies.
He just had to straighten up there, Luluai.
Tracked all the way. O'Loughlin.
Oh, great dummy kick.
Bateman now. Little pockets of space opening up. Bateman flaps it away. It's another set of 6. Hull got a touch. Here comes Sutton, put down. So 6 more tackles for Wigan to have a go here. Exhausting passage of play for the whole defence. Tompkins sees the gap. He's lost the ball in the in-goal area, and Hull survive with some heroic defending. A desperate lunge by Tompkins hasn't paid off, and they're all getting a little bit excited as a result.
Yeah, there will be. Sam Tompkins will be frustrated because that was tackle 1 that he lost the ball on, and I'm sure Hull FC, some of the Hull FC players let him know that as well.
Yes.
Stop.
A bit of sledging, I'm sure. A desperate lunge by Tompkins. He thought that he could reach there. Just watch. They stood off him. He was too far away. He just lost it.
Yeah, that's great work, was it, from Tumavavi and Sneed, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a bit of verbals there then when he lost the ball, and that's where the incident occurred.
There's a few allegations going either way. There's a few allegations going either way.
There was a little use of the head there by Mark Sneed, and
nothing in that.
Well, it'll be interesting, won't it, to see what the conclusion is.
Get off my mate.
There's certainly a good discussion going on, isn't there? And this is the original one there. But then it's what happens next. There's did Tumavavi have a little pop at Tompkins?
I think they both did. I think it's clear Sneed says something, has a little pop at him, and then Tumavavi says, just watch you know.
Just watch Tumavavi's right hand here. Just watch.
There's nothing in there.
No,
But just watch Sneed here. His facial there, look, on his face says something. Then Tumavavi, just watch. He has a little back of the...
Well, I think we can conclude from that there's not much in it.
No. It'll be an interesting decision, though. Just watch.
We're going to put it down to a little bit of pressure.
I don't think there's much in it.
We're going to go with the original restart, which is a knock-on by Tompkins. There's a handover on the 10. Sean, you speak to these fellas, I'll get him to speak to them, all right?
Defined as handbags by Phil Bentham, which I think sums it all up. Really,
well, let's see who takes his first carry. It'll be Hull's head and feed. Will they bring one of the big weirs in to take the first carry? I would suggest that may be a possibility.
I'd just get Fanoa to just come along and take this up the middle.
Well, there's the challenge. If he carries the ball, send 3 or 4 defenders at him.
Fired things up a little, hasn't it?
It's a cup final.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Big fellas are not complaining because they've got an extra breather while those little terriers were having a go. Here we go. Game back on, and Hull with a lot of work to do to get away from that end of the field.
They'll be very, very happy that Wigan have come away with no points. They were under severe pressure. 3 sets to defend on their own try line.
Hampton out of dummy half. Sikamanu will take it on. Don't forget that World Cup live across all platforms on the BBC. October 27th, the first game. Live from Melbourne, England against Australia. And then off we go with the rest of the tournament. The man alongside me, John Keir, very much involved. His Welsh side open up with a game in Port Moresby against Papua New Guinea.
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, there's a spill by Tumavavi. And another one by Gelling, but it's the first one that counts. It'll be head and feet.
There is an element of fatigue, isn't there? There's bound to be around about half an hour in this heat, and they're just 1 or 2 errors are just creeping into it, and it'll be the team that can take advantage of this. You see there, Minicello just offloading to Tumavavi, and Tommy Luluai was just lining him up for one of his famous tough tackles there. the ball spilt.
Maybe just as well for Timovave's ribs that he didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
9 minutes of the half remaining. Here's Gelling. Powell is the man at dummy half. Tautai coming on with an adventurous surge and meters made after contact. Just putting hold further on the back foot. Powell again. Luluai. Tompkins was spotted by the winger but bounced him off. Talanoa.
Well, they've got to come up with a solution to that defensive work, haven't they? Because they're getting in front of the ball, they're closing the back man down.
Either the centre or the winger is just spotting Tompkins and putting pressure on him.
Bateman plays it behind the back of Luluai. Sutton, the big fella, picks it up, the prop forward. Runs it back. A little kick of the heels as he takes it in. But here's the last play. Powell. O'Loughlin. Comes to Luluai. Luluai to Williams. Williams again. They're going to go for the try line. And Gildart has found the try line.
Well done, Wigan Warriors. We spoke about Fano and he held his ground waiting for that kick, and he did similarly so there. But what George Williams did, he carried the ball at the line and he caused that indecision and he opened up that space for Gildart to go through. Well done, Wigan Warriors. Well done, George Williams.
Well, we said they'd have to come up with a solution, and they did. Just watch, it goes again. Tompkins is on the back, but instead of hitting Tompkins, they hit Gildart. So they've changed the tactic there, and it's worked for them.
Marvellous play, wasn't it there?
Brilliant play.
Really good where Williams really took the line on and made Griffin half turn in. That just bought him the space, and Fanua had held his width. He holds his width, waiting for the kick. And that's the area where Gildart goes. You see there, Fanua, he's worried about the wide stuff. Bang, through he goes, over he goes. Great try.
Just very clever play. Just changing a little bit of what they've done previously, because the Hull defence have been very, very good. But there's just one little tweak of the attack. Gildart scores.
Well, it was good that they ran it on the last play as well, yeah, rather than just doing the orthodox kick, although kicking's been very successful. So every try has been scored on the last tackle.
George Williams. Tough as they come, that a Challenge Cup final kick from the touchline, and yes, they'll be disappointed with that end result. But 12 points to 10, which of course was a final score last year, wasn't it? Well, against Warrington.
It was, and look at this skill. It's a great shift. O'Loughlin always plays instrumental in that. That's a lovely backman play, but it's that injection of pace from Williams that causes the doubt between Kelly and Griffin, and that opens up the space where Fanua's held wide and through Gildart went. Real quality play there from Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, Williams just got on the acceleration, just got on the outside of Griffin, didn't he?
Tautai winds himself up and hurls himself at that black and white line that's coming up to get in his face. Powell out of dummy half.
Tell you what, there's a spring in the step now, isn't there, of the cherry and whites?
It's a good run.
Gelling. He's got involved in a lot, hasn't he, Anthony Gelling, down the middle?
Well, the three quarters will be tasked with that, Dave, to go in and help the forwards, to take a bit of pressure off big guys like Taluma Tautai, who carried the ball so well there again.
Yeah, he's done well, Tautai. He's just coming on. He's really carried it up well.
Here's O'Loughlin, and he takes Wigan 30 away. Although we're wondering what comes next here. It's Williams with a little jabbed kick over the top. Leap, and a safe pair of hands provided by Mahed for Noah, but almost pushed towards that touchline.
It's a good set, though.
That's clever as well, how they allowed him to catch the ball, then clamped him and took him to the sideline, and that's him out of the play now for this set of six.
Here's Kelly towards the middle. The other winger, Talanoa, takes on the heavy duty of trying to take it forward. Andy Farrell played in many cup finals. I wonder if Owen will ever play in a Challenge Cup final. Picked up and taken forward by Danny Washbrook.
5, move! Wait for it, lads. Go 5.
Danny Houghton. There's going to be an attempted 40-20 here, is it?
They're all
behind
back.
the 40, but the wingers have got it covered.
Yeah, both wingers and the full-back there covering that, so that was well played by the Wigan back three.
Move!
Sean O'Loughlin taking his time getting back in position.
Yeah, I think he copped one on the chin then.
Feeling the heat of it.
Well, he'll have to get on with it, Jonathan, regardless of
he'll have
what
to.
Farrell.
3, move, Danny! Goal 3.
Oh,
There you
Danny
go.
Washbrook there.
Got an elbow in his
go.
face, didn't he? I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Dave.
Well, they've still got tackles in the back here, Wigan, and they're advancing menacingly again. Here's O'Loughlin again.
Well, the momentum switched to the Cherry and Whites now, Jonathan, hasn't
It
it?
does, yes.
Last play. What do they do this time? Luluai.
Gone.
Well, they're running it again. Gelling skipping in the air. Holds defence out smartly to Mavavi, got right in Gelling's face.
Yeah.
And all the venom taken out of that by Hull's response in getting forward, and they get possession back 15 from their own line.
I thought Gelling had a bit. We've encouraged him to run the ball previous. I think that one, as soon as Talanoa came up,
Put it
that's
behind.
when to put, boot
Put
to
it
ball
behind.
and just slide it behind.
I thought getting lost the tackle number there. He didn't look to offload it or anything, just surrendered to the tackle, which is quite unusual.
2, move, Sam!
Tell you what, Dave, it's a good game.
Chris Green to his feet. It is, isn't it? Oh, Danny Hatton's looking for a penalty, gets the
Yeah,
penalty.
milked it.
Clever dummy half play. He knew the man was offside.
I don't like that.
It's a Challenge Cup final, John.
I don't like that.
He could have got the pass away, but you can't blame him for doing it. Just watch.
So O'Loughlin's trying to get out of the way. Danny Hatton.
He's got plenty of time to pass that, but you know, why take the penalty? You know, it's 3 minutes to go. You're now in an attacking position.
Well, they start their set, Sean Wayne. He'll be feeling the heat, metaphorically and physically, because the sun is beating down on the touchline, which he will be occupying in a few seconds' time.
The sun now is in Marshall's eyes, the winger's eyes on that far corner. So, be interesting if they get to the last tackle.
It's Minicello.
Move! Get square, Wigan. 2.
Danny Hatton collects from dummy half. Sneed turns it away for Liam Watts.
3, move! Come on, Wigan.
On his knees quickly, plays it quickly. Wigan not as set as they might have wanted to be. Sneed goes left. Kelly with a little inside ball. Shaw has got an opening ahead of him, but it closes just as quick. I think Cherry and White door slams in his face, but they've still got tackles to play with here. And what a position they're in. Sneed puts the kick in. Marshall looks to cover it, waits to see the ball come down to Mavavi, has it swallowed up with possession.
Here it comes again. Sneed cross kick once again.
Last play, Sneed puts it high. Burgess has come a long way to try and get in there. The flick pass away is taken by Powell.
Again, such an advantage for the attack inside. He just gets above everyone, Albert Kelly there.
Penalty Wigan. 90 seconds of the half remaining.
That was a great passage of play, that, wasn't it? High quality play there, both attacking wise and defensively. Real good stuff, this, what Hull are throwing at Wigan, what Wigan are serving up defensively. Then there's the riposte coming there. Look at the numbers Wigan have got around the ball there as well, but still Kelly came up with it. And then it was hey lads hey, because it's the last tackle, and Powell comes up with the ball.
Had it gone to one of his teammates, I think would have been declaring that pass a Wembley miracle, wouldn't we? Instead it's quickly forgotten because it went to a Wigan man.
Good tackle by Sutton though.
Yeah.
Tackle had to be made.
Yep.
Move! Hold.
Here's Powell. There's a tangle.
You've got to go and play the ball. Tackle 2.
The referee wants to see this a little cleaner than it was. So we go back to where we were and play the
Explain
ball
the
again.
difference between that and that passing the ball into somebody.
Here's Bateman.
Penalty.
Hold! Release! Goal 3.
Powell. Williams. Stepping one way, then the other. Tompkins is injecting himself here. Gildart, big shoulder comes in from Mahe Fanoa.
Asking questions defensively of Hull, but the wingers have done so well.
Williams with a kick back across.
He's in.
Hull are short of numbers. Farrell couldn't pick it up, but here comes Mahe Fanoa. Mahe Fanoa having a look on the outside, then coming inside. Gildart makes the tackle, but Hull on the way.
Last
The hooter
play.
sounds. They can still play on. Luluai gets himself in the way, then drops on the ball, and the referee will blow the whistle to officially end that first half. Terrific stuff. Mahe Fanoa's try, the second of Hull's brace, helping them to a 12-6 lead at that stage, but Oliver Gildart with his score, getting Wigan back in it. 12-10 the scoreline. Let's go down to the touchline, and I think Tanya is speaking with one of the Wigan players.
Sean, what did you make of that first half?
Very tough. I think both sides probably took a bit of time to get used to the pace of the game, and we settled in towards the end there, set for set. But yeah, it's been a real tough start to that game, and energy levels dropped a little bit at the end. But yeah, I think both sides are pretty pleased with how they've done. Some improvements, but.
And the key to the second half for you guys?
Probably maybe a few less hours and just making sure we don't give no more penalties away.
Cheers, Sean.
Cheers, thank you.
Gareth Ellis is here on the Hull touchline. Gareth, it's a physical battle, we expected that. Is it turning into a tactical one too?
Yeah, I think so. I think the disappointing thing from our point of view, we're just not getting to the end of our sets, and most of the games have been played on our try line, so that's something that we need to address and start playing the ball to the other end of the field.
Thanks, Gareth.
Thank you.
A fascinating, really good game of rugby league, and that's the there are the stats from that first 40 minutes. Obviously, you know the score. Remember, at one stage, we put the graphic up during the first half where Hull had 67% possession to Wigan's 33. Well, look how it was balanced up in the second half of that half. Wigan now more possession. They've had more territory. Most other things very, very equal as well. Tackle completion 91 and 93%. It is intriguing, isn't it?
It's brilliant, because what's unfolding is his strategy as we watch it along is physical. There's some good ball movement, some great kicking. We're seeing Wigan trying to work Hull out because they've been spooked in relation to a lot of players and they've got into the game. And when we've seen Hull control the ball, they look physically dominant. They look great on the kick reception. So both coaches have got lots to reinforce and lots to put right.
I think you've seen two very good sides. Good sides build pressure and can dominate pressure for a while. I thought Wigan early on, first 10 minutes dominated that period. Then through the runs of Ellis and Watson, Taylor, Hull managed to work their way back into the game. And in the back end, we've seen Wigan apply more pressure. Fantastic stuff from both sides.
Good sides withstand pressure as well, which we've seen from both of them too.
Yeah, a really telling contribution. I thought Hull defensively managing to keep Sam Tompkins out. A great tackle from Sneed. I thought Hull started the game really powerfully. They looked threatening with the ball. That being said, Wigan and the fitness and the dynamic sort of nature of their team saw them come to prominence at the back end of the half. It was purely ball control though. Hull couldn't control the ball at critical times of that first half, and they came up with some mistakes that invited Wigan back into the game.
Thought pre-match we spoke about the kicking game and said that Hull probably had the better kicking game. So understandably, the first try came from a Wigan kick.
Yeah, and you know, it was a great execution by Thomas Luluai for the first try. Took advantage of what's Hull's strength, big outside backs. A weakness would be then being able to turn quickly and get into position. Kicking behind Talanoa was a smart play. I think Jamie Shaw and Talanoa is slightly out of position here. The kick finds grass, but Anthony Gelling keeps moving. Carlos Tuamavavi gave up on it, gave up on the chase, and that's a try. And sometimes these big games are just defined by little competitions like that. Gelling kept moving. Try for Wigan, and what a start for them.
Say it was a lucky bounce, but I think luck is hard work meets preparation. The Wigan players were prepared to work harder than the Hull ones, who were more cherry and white shirts and black and whites in the frame. That's why they come up with the ball.
You did say it was a lucky bounce, because in commentary they were talking about whether Luluai put backspin on it. You went, no, that's a lucky bounce.
Yeah, that's a lucky bounce. All day. Trying to give Thomas Luluai too much credit there.
The Wigan kept moving, and what defines Wigan as a great side and why they're a good side is they compete hard in those little battles. Gelling could have given up on that. You know, nobody would have noticed, but he didn't.
Well,
kept
I think
moving.
Tuamavavi and Scholl got that wrong. It was play 4, they probably weren't expecting the kick on that play, and I think that's what caught them short, but it certainly was a googly, wasn't it? Went lateral.
Jamie, take us through the opening Hull try, and actually I think you all spotted a similarity to a try in the semi-final.
Yeah, I just think as well, Sean Wayne before the game spoke about how can we beat Hull? Well, we don't miss tackles. Well, there's one missed tackle. Why do you not want to miss tackles? Because it nearly ends up in a try, but it causes chaos in the Wigan defence. And he also spoke about ineffective tackles. An ineffective tackle is here. Albert Kelly gets the ball away. And this is where we see a try similar to the semi-final. Mark Sneyd, pinpoint kick, and we were thinking this play's undefendable, but it's only undefendable because of the missed tackles beforehand. And I think Sean Wayne and Wigan will be disappointed with this because it's an effect from missing tackles and ineffective tackles.
It just doesn't allow you to get set defensively. With that offload there, it caused all manner of chaos to the Wigan defensive line. They were less comfortable, but Sneyd's kick was exceptional. He puts them on the money consistently, and in the semi-final we saw Tumabavi scoring off the exact same skill. He lands that kick 1 metre out from the opposition try line very consistently, and it's an exceptional skill to have.
So as a coach of a team who's conceded that try, Brian, you hold your hands up to the kick, do you, and go, you know, sometimes you can't defend that, and we're beaten by a sensational bit of skill. But actually, as Jamie highlighted, this is where that went wrong, in the missed tackle.
And that's the things as a coach that you can put right, and as a player you can put right, because these two have quite rightly said, if you give Sneyd, who's the cute kicker we think he is, the amount of time to kick, he will kick you to death. It becomes too hard for a defending catcher when they've got the offensive jumpers above them. So the way to stop that play is to put the kicker under pressure. To do that, you have to do the things that JP alluded to.
Having got themselves level, and there is the whole dressing room as they refresh themselves before they come out of the second half. Having got themselves level, they then took the lead, John.
Yeah, and I thought that Hull really challenged Wigan with some ball movement, and off the back of that, another Sneyd kick, the pat back, and Fanua came up with the try. But what impressed me in the build-up to that try was the amount of ball movement Hull used. They really challenged Wigan defensively, and that's not something you associate with Hull necessarily. But Kelly and Sneyd have been quite active on the ball. But this kick again was on the money, and that's just a competition. Hull had numbers in the frame, and Fanua scored the try. Not a big fan of the put down, but it was a try nonetheless.
In the sense that if you were playing against him, that would wind you up?
Well, just I thought it was an opportunity to kick the ball out, not needed.
Yeah, I just think John was right. I thought Hull caused a lot of chaos in the Wigan defence, and I think being a powerful side and moving the ball around makes it really difficult to defend. When you're a smaller guy, you want to get set and try and put your shoulder through someone. You can't do that when a side's moving the ball around all the time. They played very well, Hull, in that middle period of the first half.
And they would have crushed a lot of teams, but Wigan hung in, and they showed how much. Right, for me, Wigan, one of the trademark characteristics of Wigan has always been they control what they can. They make sure every year they're as fit as anybody else in the competition, and they compete as hard as anyone else in the competition. And that's what got them back into the game for me.
Sean Wayne's really getting into them at the moment. Admittedly, we're only judging that on the body language and pointing at them rather than hearing what he's saying.
Yeah, I think he's reinforcing they've got to go at the line. His emotion and his passion's coming through, but there'll be some clear coaching messages there about going at the line and playing at the line rather than behind the line, I think is what he should be talking about, because when Gildart's got the ball, he's looked really strong and fast. They're beating people one-on-one themselves, Wigan. But I think Hull contributed to their own downfall in that first half. Not downfall, but the reason why Wigan got back into the game, because they kept giving the ball away for nothing. You know, on play 2 and on play 3, and that invited Wigan into their half.
It's just, again, we talked about the contrasted dressing rooms pre-match. It's contrasting again during the half-time interval.
Lee Radford's even turned his chair around to act a little bit more natural. He looks less and more comfortable. No, Lee Radford's relaxed here, and his message will all be about execution and retaining possession. Sean Wayne, on the other hand, I think for me is forceful sort of hand actions. What he's saying to his team is be direct. And the Gildart try was exactly what Wigan needed. It was a punch into an inside shoulder. It was being direct, and that's what got Wigan this try.
Yeah, the Wigan attack, the shifts when they involved many players, wasn't effective in the first half because they kept going out the back, trying to hit Sam Tompkins. But we were speaking about them hitting lead runners, which means hit the ball, hit the man who's in front, Gildart here, while he's hitting into the line. And it's a perfect try.
Hull play defend really well. They work really hard from the inside and force people to the sideline. But when you do that, you're susceptible to getting beat on your inside shoulder, and that's where Fanua ended up getting beat on his inside shoulder.
I expect Wigan in the second half to hit John Bateman on their right and Liam Farrell on their left. Absolutely. On short balls all the time, trying to get in and through the Hull defensive line.
That's where the secret is, as John said. The Hull defence want you to play early so they can move across and solve the problem. When it's at the line, you don't get the time to react.
And that play was at the line, and that was a really telling point. Thomas Lulawai went into the teeth of the Hull defence, and it made it hard. Griffin came up with a poor read on the end of it, but it made it very hard for Hull to defend.
But if we could do that and go more direct at the line, are Hull able to change how quickly they get out?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course they are, and that's a
but it's
conundrum
an easy
of this
thing to
second
switch,
half.
is it?
Hull can cure that by having a little bit more energy in defence, so they can move a little bit quicker and not giving the ball away.
The solution for Hull all year has been Talanoa and Fanua coming in and smashing someone. So when you're all sliding and all being dead passive, watch out for Talanoa and Fanua deciding to be aggressive and shut it down. They've done it a couple of times and nearly come up with the ball, and they've forced some errors from Wigan, so that's what we're going to have to contend with.
The team talk has finished from Lee Radford to his team, and they're now back and toweling off and getting some more refreshment. If you remember at the start of the game, I mentioned the player mic that we've had all season, the last couple of seasons really, and a player often wears it for us, and we pick up all sorts of really interesting noises and insight from the field of play during the Challenge Cup campaign. Well, today, the Hull head coach himself has worn it for us, and this is how the first half went through his eyes and his mouth.
What an atmosphere, isn't it? Ellery, how are you, pal? All right.
Real stand-up guy.
Oh, appreciate that,
all
pal.
your work and everything.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, men. Good luck, Tag. Bring this home, eh? Dangerous, Mark. Really dangerous. Go on then, you big fella. Go on then, big fella. Come on. Yes! There she is. Good job. Oh, no, yes. Yes! Good D, good scramble. That's the one, that's the spot.
It's very calm, Jamie, isn't he? Admittedly, that's probably the stuff that we've been able to broadcast, but he is very calm.
Yeah, he's curbing a little bit. I think a coach has to be calm and consistent. I think that's how you've seen that in his dressing room talk as well. He's been calm there, but some of that maybe do with wearing the microphone as well.
Right, I mentioned earlier so much tradition around the Challenge Cup final, and every year there is a schools final, a Year 7 schools final, and when that took place earlier, Dave Woods was across it.
Well, the final, as ever, is named after Steve Mullaney, who played in the 1986 Wembley boys. Finally scored a try for Wakefield Schools against St Helens that day. There he is. Tragically, he was killed in a traffic incident the following year. So that's why it is the Stephen Mullaney final. Castleford captain Noah Booth opened the scoring. Stunning solo effort, isn't it? Really great footwork from him, and he converted that as well. They love these moments. Watch next week's Blue Peter, by the way. I think you can capture some of this magic as well. St Peter's, though, struck back. They're the team in black. When Rhys Kersley set up Harris Brown. So the Yorkshire side went in at half-time leading by 6 points to 4. It's a great carry. Held up just short, but quickly in at dummy half. And that's a good snooping try, isn't it, out of dummy half. What a moment to score a try at Wembley. Well, the second half was all about Tyler Schmuduk. Here's the first of his 2 tries. Popular fella with that one, and he scored again, went over the whitewash again shortly afterwards to extend at Castleford's lead, with Booth scoring the extras. And that proved to be enough. Attacking kick right at the end of the game, but the referee blew his whistle, and plenty of cup celebrations. And John Keir, what a great moment this is for all the youngsters involved.
I think it was a great moment for everybody who entered the field of play there. There's some real high standard rugby league from one so young, and just great to see the camaraderie there that's already developing in a team sport. You know, that's one of the things about playing in a team. You earn memories, you share memories, and you've got that respect.
Well done to Castleford.
Well said, John Keir. That was absolute class from both sets of teams there. Now, at the moment on the pitch during half-time, there is a Blue Peter challenge going on as they've tried to teach some of the Blue Peter presenters the skills of the game, so they're involved in that at the moment. And if you want to watch Kevin Sinfield go on his head, he's got a camera on his head, he's part of the challenge. If you want to see more of it, then you can this Thursday, Blue Peter, every Thursday, 5:30 on the CBBC channel. So we've seen some stars of the future in the schools game. Let's hear from some stars of the past. A couple of legends of the game, Wigan legends as well, with Tanya.
Yes, Mr. Magic himself, Ellery Hanley, and Andy Farrell, the youngest man. I think you still are to win the Challenge Cup. Ellery, you're the guest of honour today. What's it been like for you?
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
You're the guest of honour today. What's it been like for you?
Oh, it's been absolutely tremendous. I mean, I just look at my career and I just have a look at the point where I started in terms of being a foot soldier to being a captain of a club, and then being a captain of the country, and then a coach, and then to give the trophy to the winners of the Challenge Cup final. It's just enormous, and it's been such a privilege for me.
Are you watching this thinking, I could put my boots on, I could do a job out here?
Absolutely not. I've got all my faculties in place, but I look at it from two angles. One from the players' angle, that they go in the changing room. All the players generally know what they have to do. The Wigan players know what they have to do to win this football game, and so do the whole players, and the coach's point of view as well.
Andy, just a quick word with you. How do you see this game going?
Well, obviously it's two good sides that are playing extremely well together, and I think two sides are obviously coached very well together as well. I wonder what the tactics have been like in the dressing room, because I don't know who's going to win. Two very good sides who look very dangerous with threats all over the field, so I'm really looking forward to this second half.
Don't let you go, otherwise you're going to get swept up and you'll be out there yourselves.
All right, thanks.
And just before we get the second half underway, the Wigan head coach is with Damien.
Sean, we saw you as animated as ever in the dressing room, full of passion. What have you got to do to get over the line here?
I think we need to finish our sets a bit better. I was happy. I thought some of our attack was fantastic today. I think we had them a few times in that second quarter, but our end of sets need to be better. And when we did end our set better, we troubled them. So I'm fairly happy with the half. I think we'll improve this second half.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Damien.
As you can see, both sets of players are ready to go for this second 40 minutes. Let's rejoin our commentary team, John Keir, Jonathan Davis, and our rugby league correspondent, Dave Woods.
So 40 minutes to settle it. We have extra time if needed. Very first time this year. The Challenge Cup final has the potential of a golden point at the end of it. No replay this year. 1982 and 1954, the two replay years in the Wembley era. But it will be settled today, one way or another. How do you see it going, John Keir, from here on in?
Well, again, just like Andy Farrell, I think it really is anybody's game. And I'm certain they'll be fixing up certain aspects of their play, but it was a tremendously high standard, was that first half, in really difficult, warm conditions. And again, I just feel that possession and field position are the key to this game.
Fowler's moved up to dummy half here and is kicking away from that 40-metre mark, and it's bounced on the line. I think it actually hit the line, which is technically out, so it was an inch away from being a perfect kick, but that extra inch has made it a bit of a poor kick from Wigan's point of view, and a great lift for Hull at the start.
That's the difference, isn't it? You know, just watch. Yeah, just 6 inches too far, and now that gives Hull a very good attacking position early on in the second half.
Yeah, he was trying to buy a bit of field position, wasn't he, Sam Tompkins there, but credit as well to Jamie Saul. I thought he policed that really well. If it had been in the field of play, certainly could have goaled it. It wasn't, so it's first blow to Hull.
So what a position here, 40 metres away from that Wigan line. Here's Kelly. Danny Washbrook.
One, move!
A wrestle going on here. Danny Houghton is in at dummy half again. Chris Green steps and surges and takes his team a little closer.
He did well there because there's great line speed from Wigan, but he just used footwork there to poke his nose through the defensive line.
Timavavi on this left-hand side. Crunching effort from Bateman from behind. Luluai having already gathered in his legs. This now is Sneed. Josh Bowden. Watts. Well, keeping it alive here. Watts, though, is He's going to be put down. Still a couple of tackles to go here. Houghton. Kelly again. Bowden once more, straightening things up.
Move.
And the last play to come.
Wigan. Go.
Wigan off their line. Here comes Kelly. Sneed. Little measured kick again. There's plenty back there in Cherry and White. Not the least of them. Anthony Gelling, and off the ball.
It was Marshall, I believe.
Liam Marshall has given a penalty away.
What they've done, they've switched Gelling and Marshall. Gelling's gone wide as a taller guy to play on the wing for that last play. But I'm certain that Marshall ran across the line of Talanoa, and he did, and it's a penalty.
There's no need for that. Yes, you can stand there, but you just can't make it that obvious. You know, Gelling, it's a good plan. They swapped him over. Gelling is a bigger man, and he took that so comfortably, didn't he? There was no need for Marshall to give that penalty away.
Well, this is building into a big moment in the game, isn't it?
It's a big moment for Hull because they got the first set deep in the opposition half, almost came up with something, played the full set out, and they've now got another full set right camped on the Wigan line.
Talanoa, having had treatment, has kind of hobbled back into position. Doesn't look entirely comfortable, but Hull with a set of 6 to have a go. Josh Bowden solidly forward. Eventually plays it. Houghton comes out now. This is Sneed with a short pass. Watts held up just short. Keeps that ball safe before playing it back again now. Green, but Wigan's defence rushing out quickly.
Goal line, Wigan.
There's still 3 or 4 tackles to go. Danny Houghton again. Watts is involved again. Washbrook can't keep it alive. Wigan hanging on a little here. It's with Houghton. Now Bowden. Houghton. Sneed again. Early kick in the count into the in-goal area. Marshall takes it up, but again has to concede the dropout underneath the sticks, and they crank up the pressure to the black and whites.
That's what they're doing. Very, very good kick once again. The ball will come back to them now and they'll attack again.
It's a great skill, isn't it, that Mark Sneed demonstrates there, because it's the weighting on the kick, is having to kick between defenders on rushing, and this is their 3rd set now consecutively for the black and whites, and they've in good field position. Great opportunity for them.
Well, Wigan will take every second they can to delay the restart here. Some oxygen back in the tank before they take on another wave of Hull attack. Collected by Fanoa.
Hold! Release!
Bowden ploughing it forward.
It's a good run that is by Bowden.
Well, every time he's come on in his Challenge Cup campaign, he's made a good impression as Josh Bowden.
It's terrific in the quarters, wasn't he, in that game against Castleford? There's a short ball away, and bouncing away, Kelly, almost through. Tompkins hanging on. Danny Houghton's appealing to the referee. Now he spins it away. This is Sneed. Sneed with a couple of dummies and a step. They were ready. They were ready. So Minicello stands and waits here at dummy half. Watts, not much to work with.
Said Sneed is up from the last tackle, he's directing it. Same tactic.
Here it comes, last play again. Sneed steepling it high. Where's this coming down? It's gone through several pairs of hands. It's all over the place till Gildart picks it up.
My word.
Knock on back on the 20 of the tackle, Wigan, I think.
How difficult is that to defend against? You know every time exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
The only challenge you've got, is it going to go long, is it going to go short? That one was short, and it just caused absolute chaos. But credit to Wigan, they got plenty of numbers around the ball to defuse the situation.
I think Wigan have got to try and keep the discipline and try and keep Hull out of the 20-metre area, because they are so dangerous.
But they'll be very happy with Wigan, because that was 3 good ball sets they defended, so they'll take that as a plus.
So as Williams takes it towards the halfway line, Wigan haven't crossed that white line so far. All of the game played inside the Wigan half until Liam Farrell.
It's just been a great, team effort by both sides. We mentioned Shaw, Kelly, Tompkins, Williams, but it hasn't been a standout yet, except for Sneed with his kicking.
Safe take by Shaw.
That's a good chase, though. It's a very good chase, and Bateman did a good job there. He held him up so he could really control that ruck. So the defensive line is set.
You see the sun is still shining here. One corner of Wembley bathed.
Okay, now Liam. 3, move, hold, go.
Houghton. Liam Watts working down that blind side.
Hold, release.
Well, that's smart because there's some easy yards to be had down there.
Yep.
Now they search left again. Here's Carlos Timovavi.
Well, they need kick pressure now, and it's a great place to do it from the sideline.
Wigan looking for their 20th Challenge Cup final win here today. The record extending, but what about this kick? Oh, yes! Oh, yes! What a fantastic kick that is from Mark Sneed.
I tell you what, they switched off their Wigan. They had an opportunity, and it looked like a nothing kick, but it's ended up a brilliant. You just watch.
Well, the kick pressure's there.
Yeah.
That guy can shell peas with his left foot. It's absolutely sensational.
Brilliant kick.
So the tap restart has given whole position here. New rule on the 40-20 this year, of course. The attacking team gets the tap, so on they go. Houghton goes right to Kelly. Kelly looking on the inside.
2, move, Willie.
Poor pass to Kelly there. He had no option rather than take it up himself.
So this is Danny Houghton. Back it comes to Watts. Watts to Sneed. Sneed's got numbers on the outside. Milicello's there. But so are Wigan's defence in numbers. Timovavi. Sneed. Now it's with Kelly. Kelly, Griffin came at real pace and power, but he was the only option, and Kelly chose to try and go himself. Washbrook. Getting closer and closer.
What's coming? What's coming?
You see where he is, pick him up.
Here comes the last, but it's into the hands of Kelly. They're going to run it. He's got the pass away to Mahe Fanoa, and the ball is left behind on the floor, and he thinks he's scored. What a finish this will be if it's given. The referee wants to look at it again. We all want to look at this again.
It's a great pass as well, though. Well, by reaction of the players, he scored.
So we've got a live decision of a try. We're looking at the grounding, touching goal. So he's in possession. Remains in possession and in the field. Still in possession. Feet are in the air, maintains possession. That's a try.
They know what's coming next. Mahe Fanoa is leaving at the end of the year, and he's giving those Hull fans a terrific leaving present. 2 tries already today.
Fantastic finish, wasn't it? But it was very, very clever play indeed. We're all expecting Sneed's kick. They went down the short side to Albert Kelly. 4-on-4 it was, and that created the space for Fanoa there to cross in the sideline. There's the start there, the 40-20 from Sneed. That was the start of this pressure that seemed inevitable to end up with a try. Here's where they come, 4-on-4. The offload's there, and over he goes. Great try, great decision to run the ball rather than kick it on that last play. We were all expecting the kick. I'm sure the Wigan players were. They ran it. Albert Kelly produced the X factor. He produces a finish. Magnificent.
So it's a brilliant pass. It's a brilliant pass. The 40-20 first of all, then the brilliant pass by Kelly. But what a finish. Man on man, up against your opposite number. Fanoa comes up on top.
Well, the momentum's really gone to the black and whites, hasn't it, this early part of the half.
Well, it's been all Hull, hasn't it?
It has.
Second half, they've come out, you know, really firing. They've had repeat sets, the kicking game has been good, and they've taken their opportunity. It's been a brilliant start the second half for Hull.
2 out of 2 so far, 10 out of 10 in terms of his kicking performance all round so far, Mark Sneed.
And I tell you what, this is a big kick. big kick this.
Puts this over. His side had a two-score lead. Right off the touchline. Loves the kicking pressure. Curls it in. Curls it in. That's why he loves the kicking pressure, because he's so good at it. And 18 points to 10. Hull FC now lead.
Well, what a left foot that fella's got. Absolutely fantastic kicking in general play, but Jonathan, what a great goal kicker as well.
Yeah, I think he's controlling the game. He's a stand-up player so far. You know, the kicks for the tries, the kicks for the 40-20, and crucially, the conversions are, you know, could make the difference.
Tompkins with a restart. 18 points to 10. Hull now lead. 30 minutes of this cup final remain. Here's Fanoa.
Hold! Release ball.
Danny Houghton takes it on.
Move!
Liam Watts drives it in. Hull fans in great voice. Old faithful. Lee Crooks, his kicking game in 1985 still hurts that he missed so many conversions.
He'd be happy you've brought that up.
But the Hull kicker of 2017 is banging them over.
That's a good set by Hull. You know, simple, effective, one up, reach the halfway, it's a very easy kick. And look at Wigan have got to start now.
There's some tired dirt bodies there wearing cherry and white at the minute. This dominance of possession and field position by Hull FC has really put the pressure on Wigan after this first 11 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, they've certainly controlled the 11 minutes of the second half. They played a little bit wider than I expected them in the first half. But just the first 11 minutes, they've just gone back to basics.
Here's Bateman. Does well and gets a good pass away to Williams. And Williams! Well, Fanoa came in to make a crunching effort on Gildart. The ball slips away from the Wigan man. They're claiming a Hull touch.
I think John Wilkin mentioned it at half-time. You know what's going to happen. The wingers, the big physical wingers, they're going to come in and put a hit on you. He's outnumbered, he makes the call. He doesn't get the ball, but he foils Wigan once again. The two wingers defensively been very good.
Well, the guys in the studio suggested you need to hit the short ball, the lead runners, or go against the grain, either stepping or hitting inside passes. But you just can't keep doing that because you've got no time or space to receive the ball.
But if you know they are coming in, right, you've got to hold your depth. You've got one eye on the winger, you've got one eye on the ball, and you've just got to manage the situation and make that beneficial to you so that you can get the pass away. But they haven't counted it yet. The only way they've counted it is a show and go by Gildart, but not using the long ball. They have to work it out, Wigan, because that's the only ploy that they have.
Well, all the noise is coming from the Hull end at the moment.
Well, they just cannot get into the Hull FC half, can they, Wigan?
No.
They really can't.
Here's Watts.
Move!
Danny Houghton waits patiently at dummy half. Delivers it back to Sneed. In on the angle to Mavavi.
That's where you go at Wigan now while they're tired, because that middle unit have done a heck of a lot of tackling.
Danny Houghton springing away. Over to Josh Bowden. Bowden pushing off a couple of defenders. Again, that little impact, a little cameo from Bowden. Getting an extra yard or two. Kelly playing with confidence.
Now it's Sneed steps up. Kelly goes on the fourth tackle.
Last play, Sneed's waiting, here he comes. A curl kick, Marshall came out. Ball's gone knocked on, the referee says.
Well,
so I think Hull are going to get the head and feet here.
Well, was it Fanoa or was it Burgess? It's ruled it's Burgess. Well, a different kick once again, a flatter kick that really made it a one-on-one contest. And it's ruled that Burgess has knocked the ball forward.
Let's see where this goes, hang on.
But every kick is a contest.
I don't think that's a knock-on. That's gone backwards.
Well, the guy in the middle does, Jonathan,
yeah,
and
well, yeah.
it's all that matters.
There's only one guy who makes the call. I thought they're unlucky. They're under the cosh.
They really are.
They needed a referee's call there as well.
If Hull score in this set, I think they've got it. I really do. And they're likely to, because they're very, very tired of the Wigan Warriors. With all the defence they've done this first 12 minutes, nearly 13 minutes of the half.
Oh, look at the growing excitement and anticipation there from those black and white supporters.
Well, they can sense it, Dave. They can absolutely sense it.
Key moment again in the cup final. Hull with 5 tackles to go from here. Leading as they do by 18 points to 10. This is Chris Green. Danny Houghton at his heels. Options right and left. It's rolled and it's actually lost, and that's an opportunity thrown away by Hull.
Sloppy. That's very sloppy play.
Yeah, it's most un-Hull-like.
Oh, they got the head and feed because there was a Wigan hand in there, he's decided.
And John Bateman, you know, he's not happy.
Tony Clubb plays at his arm there.
That's not
a knock on by Wigan.
They've had 2 calls now, Wigan. They've been unlucky, I feel. That is not a knock on. You should look. That is.
Tony Clubb has played at the arm there, not the ball.
No, exactly. And if they score from this, that could be controversial.
So here's Sumavavi. Hull now on the verge, on the edge. Sumavavi put down. Houghton out of dummy half. Now it comes to Sneed. Sneed offers it back for Bowden. Bowden this time put down, face first. Gets up and plays. Houghton springing out into the hands of Watts, and Watts will take on the line himself. Oh, he's close. That close. Oh, and then they play the ball. Little snappy. Houghton, I'm not sure, was ready for that. Somehow they've still got the ball.
Well, they're showing a great desire, Wigan, to defend, but it just must be taking it out of them. But well done. Well done to them.
Yeah, I'm glad that, you know, that nothing came with that decision, because it was a wrong decision by the referee.
But what's happened, Jonathan, is they've taken loads of energy out of them. They really have. They look out on the feet of the Wigan Warriors, and I can understand why in this heat and with that amount of pressure that they've had to absorb.
But just watch now, there's Gildat, then Marshall. They're all going to take it in now, give the forwards a rest, try and get as far upfield as they can and put a good kick in. There you go.
This is Gelling.
Gelling's gone.
Another of that three-quarter line getting involved in the heavy labour. Now Sean O'Loughlin looking to lift his side as captain.
Yeah, no support runners with him whatsoever there. They're just not much in the tank at the moment.
Luluai high and hopeful. Talanoa underneath it is safe again.
They're just waiting for a knock on there.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether they should have rolled that out of play, you know, just to get some energy and oxygen back in the lungs, because they must be out on the feet.
Off of the sticks, you know.
Minicello. Sumavavi trying to push his man out of the way and pick it up and get on with it here. He anxious to do so. Three plays to go in this set. Hull looking for distance downfield. Trying to put Wigan back on the back foot again here, if they can.
Well, it's the last tackle play once again. They've got all three, they've got both wingers and full-back back.
Sneed's kick. Oh, Marshall wasn't sure whether to stick or twist.
I tell you
in
what.
the end, he just slipped.
Yeah, it was good for him. He didn't go for it.
Oh, he's lost it. The ball's come out, and Hull will get the ball back again. The referee says we'll take the first knock on. And Hull get head and feet.
Well, momentum is all with Hull. Decisions, you know, knock on. He loses his footing first of all. He gets up. He's just got to take this in and take the tackle.
He just panics a little, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But my word, there is some stick there in that.
Good hit.
That shot, yes, there really is.
Let's come in, lads.
I think it was Sumavavi who got the shoulder into young Liam Marshall there.
Let's go, boys, come on.
There's an element of confidence there. They feel the cup is coming home.
Well, on the evidence of this first 17 minutes of the second half, Dave, you've got to say it is going up to Yorkshire.
The boys in studio spoke about experience. You know, this is where the experienced Wigan boys
Oh, but Hull have spilt possession. Danny Washbrook.
Yeah. This is it. You know, when you've got someone and you need to put them away, they've made crucial errors now, unforced errors, Hull have. And I think Lee Radd will be thinking, oh no, I hope this doesn't come back to haunt us, because you've got the experience, you've got the players in Wigan who can create something out of nothing. They've been left off the hook there. Now it's an opportunity for them to get their breath back and get field position.
Yeah, that could be a pivotal moment, Jonathan. You're dead right there, because they were really, they're like a man clinging onto the cliff. But here's Gildat.
Motoring well, and it's taken Wigan just inside the whole half. 5 tackles to go here. 45 metres to cover.
Move! Get square! Goal.
Burgess moves out of the way, McAlorum. And fall to the heart of things, Willie Isa.
Move!
McAlorum. And Lachlan. It's Luluai. Here's Bateman. We've got Wigan up and running back in the 4th minute. McAlorum just stepping away out of the debris of that tackle. Williams with a step.
They kept him quiet, haven't they?
Move!
They've done a real good job on George Williams, they have.
They've reached the 6th tackle. The last play. Luluai's kick looks long.
Poor kick.
Poor decision. That should have been on the ground and a repeat set to recharge the battery.
Well, when you compare how Hull FC are finishing their sets to how we're going to finish in theirs, I think therein lies the tail of the game.
Here's Watts.
They're flying in there, Wigan.
That's one.
Danny Houghton.
Well, Sean O'Loughlin going back out there has been real important to them. He's re-energised them here in that middle channel.
Hold. Goal 2.
12 months ago they were slaying the burden of history, Hull, weren't they? This year's all about building a legacy.
Move, John! Goal 3.
Danny Houghton. Minicello just pushing his way through the line, but they're hanging on. And Danny Houghton moves quickly into dummy half again. Here's Sneed. Gareth Ellis.
There we are. Sneed offloads. There he is.
Stepping away from the oncoming Tony Clubb, gets a kick away. Marshall goes up and claims that. Really well. That's a confidence lifter.
Yeah, well done, Marshall, because, you know, he slipped, he fell, then he lost the ball in contact. You know, that's not a comfortable position to be in. He's done really well.
3. Move!
Here's Farrell.
4. Move, Danny!
Luluai. Bateman. Wondering what's available inside, and the pass was not expected by George Williams. The knock-on has lifted Hull hearts again. They get head and feed in a very attacking position.
It's a fatigue factor now. Fatigue, lack of concentration, drop passes.
Well, I'm sure if John Bateman wasn't quite as tired as he is, because he was on his haunches in the previous set, he'd have really ripped him with a carry there rather than looking for a pass. But this is Hull's to win now. It really is. They've got Wigan really under pressure.
Well, the feature of the 85 final, when these two set up a classic, was the comeback by Hull. Can Wigan produce a comeback here? It doesn't look like it at the moment, does it?
Move, John!
Until the next try is scored, you know, which way it goes, you can't say.
Kelly, and here comes Shaw, the full-back, who's looking on the outside. It is going to be a Wembley hat-trick.
I think it's obstruction.
For Noah, if it's given. The referee is going to the big screen.
I'm with John.
But what a huge moment this will be for Mahir Fanoa. He says no try on the field. So let's hear again from James Child.
So the live decision is no try, checking for an obstruction. So we need to go back to play the ball. Let's have a look through the passing movement. We're looking for the option rudder and the effect on the defence. the defence materially disadvantaged. So we'll play it on through now. That's okay now. Play on through now. We're looking at the next runner as he comes through. Keep going. I think it's on this passage of play now. So here we have contact by Griffin on the outside shoulder, which impacts on Gildart. So that will be no try. I just need to confirm the position on the field. I think it's 20-metre line. Yeah, 20 metres in from touch and 20 metres out from the try line. So it's going to be no try, confirming the live call.
Well, the whole fans obviously can't hear the video referee. They're celebrating a try. Fanua thinks he's got the try, but put a hole on those celebrations. It's an obstruction, it's a penalty for Wigan.
They can't grumble. That was obstruction, it was obvious from the first play there. He ran at Gildart's outside shoulder. I give credit there to Oliver Gildart. He could have just hit the deck and made it blatant, but he actually tried to work his way to get at the sweep runner, which was Shaw.
If he doesn't get blocked, he gets the Shaw, and Bird just sticks on Fanua. It does, and he don't score. Right decision. Now they need to settle and get a repeat set. They need repeat sets and spend some time in the Hull half, because Hull have been totally dominant in the second half.
Well,
but the only saving grace, they haven't scored yet. You know, another try.
There is an age left in this cup tie. Look at that territory in the second half.
I don't think they've scored enough points from the possession.
Not from 80% territory.
And dominance they've had, the total dominance. The one try.
Yeah, just the one try in the second half. Here's Lulaway again. Working position, puts it back to O'Loughlin. Penalty for Wigan.
Then, that's what they wanted.
Penalty for Wigan.
Now this will just, you know, really have a go at Hull now. The fatigue will set in with Hull as well.
Bateman.
They need to work off the ball, though. They need to work off the ball to offer options and push to take defenders off the ball.
McElora out of dummy half. It's a big effort over the line. Tony Clubb claiming it one way or another.
Well, he might go to the video ref there.
Oh, he has to go to the video ref.
He does, because that may well have been reefed out.
Steele, and then he's touched it down.
Yeah.
We've got no try. Could you check how the ball came out, please?
No try, but we're checking on how the ball came out. James Child.
Okay, live call, no try. We're checking how the ball comes out. Is the ball lost? Is it stolen? So, Club attempting to go over. Can't see the ball. There it is. There's the ball. Don't have a clear view on how that comes out on that shot. Yeah, so Tumavavi's on the ball. Okay, do we have another angle? Two players in the tackle. We see the ball there as he attempts to turn over. Club attempts to turn over, the ball comes out. We need to see whether it's pulled out or whether he loses it. So he attempts to roll over. He's in possession. The ball comes out. Okay, so Tumavavi's here. He's on the ball. Is there a clear pull on the ball? In my view, he's just on the ball. I don't think he actually pulls on the ball. We got another angle on that. Okay. So as Club turns over and Tumavavi's on the ball, to me there's no clear pulling action, and it's as much Club that's turning in attempt to scoring, loses the ball. So he loses the ball in the in-goal area, which is a knock-on, and it will be a 20-metre restart.
Well, you heard the explanation. Tony Clubb denied They can't believe it. He can't believe it.
Well, you can hear the explanation, Dave, but you can disagree with it.
It's a big call, and
it's a wrong call in my mind, no doubt.
I think it was a steal as well.
So you would have given the try?
Yes, I would. I'd have overruled the on-field referee.
And I would
I
have.
thought Tuamavavi reefed the ball out, and then Clubb was the first to ground it.
It's always difficult when in the act of a try, try scoring. What's the defender going to do? But on that occasion, I think he stole it.
Will Hull survive with their 8-point lead?
Ooh.
And they've got a penalty here as well.
That's frustration from Clubb.
Just a little high. Well, what a story that would have been, Tony Clubb. Kidney removed back in April, thought his career was over. And very nearly a Wembley try-scorer, Challenge Cup final try-scorer, but denied that moment of glory.
How often do you see this now when you don't get a try, you're back, you give a penalty away, you're under pressure? What are the odds Hull scoring in this set of 6?
Well, I think that penalty was the result of the frustration.
Yeah, definite.
With that moment, no try or not, is certainly proof that this cup final is still alive. Hull not able to rest on their laurels. Minicello, O'Loughlin comes flying out. Minicello rides the tackle. Here's Kelly. Danny Houghton to Green. Chris Green pounding it forward, 8 away, 9 away. Houghton to Kelly. Kelly to Shaw, but Shaw can't find a way through because of those Wigan defenders, and here comes that last play again. Kelly. The big fellas are after it. And it's Gelling who's lost it, but he's impeded in midair, and it's a penalty.
Yeah, he pushed him,
penalty
I believe.
for Wigan.
Yeah. I think he pushed Liam Marshall there as he was just simply blocking him. See here, Tuamavavi, just watch. There's a push there on Marshall.
Yeah.
And that interferes with Gelling catching the ball as well. So
you can see the danger signals once in the last tackle.
So Gelling, first man to carry it forward.
Move, Scott! Goal one. Gaz not in, not square.
For all the dominance in this second half that Hull have had, it is still a final in the balance. Williams to Farrell. Farrell with a waffly pass out to Burgess. Burgess puts his head down. Knew he was going to be tackled, tried to get the ball away.
Great angles by the full back. Backed his pace, showed him the outside, picked the spot on a touchline, nailed him.
that was a great tackle, wasn't it, from Jamie Shaw? As you say, Jonathan, he's confident in his space. Joe Burgess knows he's going to be caught, tries to get the ball inside, but he's wrapped that ball carrying arm up. That's a magnificent cover tackle there from Jamie Shaw.
Still think there's a moment of magic in this again. When you look at the players, as I said, Williams, Tompkins, Shaw, Kelly.
Let's get ready now, Wigan.
Oh, it's been a great game, and you've got to applaud the Wigan Warriors, you know. Simply that their courage and their determination and desire to stay in this game.
Yep.
So Hull with some heavy labour to get away from their end of the field. Ellis. What the nerves are like for those watching on from both sides.
I don't think it's too bad yet because there's 2 scores in it. So whichever way the next try goes. There we go.
That's quick hands. It's good hands as well. Pulled down and dragged in, and Sneed not looking for anything clever on that occasion. He just wanted a finish there that put Wigan on the back foot, and he's achieved that with that kick. Wigan start with head and feed, but 15 metres from their own line.
Well, while there's 2 scores in it, he can afford to do that, he really can. Just roll it over the sideline. They'll walk to the scrum. They'll get the oxygen back in the lung. They'll have a defence from a set start. So it's a smart piece of play once again by Mark Sneed.
The clock is Hull's friend at the moment.
preparing here for another burst of Old Faithful from those Hull supporters.
Been a good final this, Dave. It's been a really good final this.
And like you say, you get a sense that there is a twist to come here. Something yet to happen in the 12 and a bit minutes that remain. Certainly not settled just yet. Williams.
It's back to one. That it hit a Hull hand there.
Bankman. I don't think the referees picked that up.
No.
Here's Farrell. Marshall.
Tackle.
A little air of desperation about that play from Wigan.
No, he hasn't seen that. The referee has continued the tackle count, hasn't he? So this is the tackle 5, the last tackle.
Lulai waiting here. Tompkins, the man on the inside.
Numbers, yeah.
They're going through hands again. Williams, Gildart, pumps it down. Shaw collects off the bounce. How good's the return from Jamie Shaw?
There's an air of desperation now in Wigan. They need to settle. You know, there's plenty of time on the clock.
I think both teams have been real high quality, Jonathan.
Yeah,
I think the difference has been the end of the set. I really do. Sneeds have been first class. Wigan have been a little scratchy.
Yeah, that has been a difference.
Miller to his feet. Hatton out of dummy half. Taylor galloping on. Houghton. Again, the noise is coming from the Hull fans. The Wigan fans sitting, watching, hoping at the moment. Little their side can do here other than tackle as Green. And tackle 5 is put down, still 32 metres out. Sneed again, just looking for touchline. Again, it's a similar script. Put it out of play, as far away from their own line as possible, and Hull know that they can just defend this next set of 6.
Well, he's doing what all good halfbacks should do. He's managing the game, and he's managing the game in his team's favour. And it's really good, clever play from the number 7 for Hull FC, Mark Sneed.
They desperately need a line break now.
Yep.
You know, Wigan, you know, they haven't had one in this second half. You know, they've played everything from, you know, their own 20-metre area because of the dominance of Hull. They need something special to happen. George Williams or Tompkins.
Well, I'm with you, Jonathan. The vast majority of Wigan's set starts have been within their own 20 metres. There's been very few sets that started in midfield or deep in Wigan's half, in Hull's half.
They want to travel quickly downfield here. 2 tackles has taken them just short of the 40-metre mark. Bateman now will take it in as well. McLaurin shoving Ellis out of the way. This is Luluai. Williams, Tompkins chiming in. Tompkins with a little step, but look at the numbers in black and white that surround the Wigan fullback. O'Loughlin. Williams. Luluai's kick. Marshall's on the chase. He's going to have to be quick.
Yeah,
it's a poor kick.
Good sign by Marshall. He told Luluai just to put it through. He was on the hoof, but the kick was overcooked.
Yeah, the weighting was just wrong, wasn't it? It needed to pull up in the field of play.
Yeah, or if even not in the end goal area. Yeah. You know, it would have been a repeat set. He just didn't want to put it over the touchline.
Well, there again, the draining nature of this final. Wigan trying to get a scrum formed so that the referee would stop the clock. There was a real effort required. You could see in the body language of the Wigan players dragging themselves there before the referee stopped the clock. Moments of contemplation from those in cherry and white.
Well, you know, Dave, you tend to find that when it's the weather's like this, the team that has the most ball wins the game, and that's been Hull FC by a fair amount.
Mavavi put down. Connor for Hull.
Need a force in there now.
Playing in his cup final, first cup final today. Jake Connor.
Move, John!
Danny Houghton. Here's Taylor. Watts stepping, and he's got the wherewithal just to roll that ball away again.
Yeah, I think both Taylor and Watts are outstanding prop forwards. They really are, because they not only carry the ball well, they also ask other questions as well with their offloads and the pre-line play.
It's the 6th, so kick downfield by Sneed. It's awkward for Marshall. Does he let it roll? Does he let it roll? Oh, it's not gone out of play. As it happens, that was an inch-perfect kick from Sneed, and it's made the job of Marshall even more difficult.
Another good kick.
Is he working his way to a second successive Lansdowne Trophy medal here?
For me, he is, yes.
He's up there, isn't he?
There's the offload. Only one man has done it before, Paul Wellens.
Fanua must be close as well.
Penalty for Wigan.
Now then. Field position.
They need the tempo picking up here.
Yes, they do.
A good long kick, which it ain't really. They needed to get more yards on that one, and now they need the tempo picking up.
So a set of 6 for Wigan, from which they need to score. Hull, you fancy, would consider surviving this set as inching them perhaps unstoppably close to lifting the Challenge Cup for a second successive year. 20 yards away, O'Loughlin, Luluai. Hull's defence came out quickly. Luluai tried to puncture the hole that might have been left. This is O'Loughlin. Here's Powell. Again, the defence is out really quickly.
Yeah, the edge defence of Hull FC has been exceptional.
First of all, corner, then to Mavavi.
O'Loughlin going for the big pass to Farrell. Now they've got some numbers with a wonderful ball away. And Joe Burgess has just ignited this cup final again. A try in the corner. There's not that long left, but there might be long enough left.
Well, we knew they've got a lot of character. They're never going to go. They have hung on in the second half, and that penalty decision gave them field position. And it's a beautiful pass by Farrell and puts Burgess over.
Well, it was a great shift, wasn't it, Jonathan? Right from one side of the field to the other, and there Marshall.
Was a foot on the line.
Well, that may well be one where Wigan got away with it, but from that there was a penalty. There's the field position. Ask a question down the right side. And what a lovely pass from Sean O'Loughlin there. And then a great pass once again across the face of defenders to Burgess.
They shifted in there. They could have pushed. Just watch. It's a lovely long pass. But I think they panicked here. Corner came in, but they were a 3-on-3. They could have pushed, really. It's the first defensive mistake that Fanua has done. But it's a brilliant pass. Brilliant pass that unlocks the defence.
And that wasn't half-backs, Jonathan. That was a loose forward, Sean O'Loughlin, and the second rower, Liam Farrell.
Brilliant pass.
So Williams' kick, he's an unfussy kicker. Always put it wide.
It doesn't look a natural
18-14.
I'm not sure if you can feel the atmosphere through the TV screen, but it is amazing down here. Both sets of fans going absolutely crazy. Everyone's got everything to play for. Keep your eyes glued to your TV scenes.
Well, there's not much of a breath to be had inside Wembley Stadium at the moment because of the heat and the closeness, but it is a case of hold your breath now for the 5.5 minutes that remain. Wigan have fought back, but Hull still have fingertips wrapped around that trophy.
Discipline for Hull. Discipline is key now.
Gildart picks up and has a go. Keeps the ball alive in an untidy fashion. Here's Marshall on this right-hand side. Didn't fancy the outside route. Safety first for the young winger.
Well, they may as well take the odds now, because it doesn't matter how many you lose by.
They're keeping it up. O'Loughlin over the top, batted on. Here's Burgess again. Burgess with a kick. Why is he kicked? The chase is on. It's an easy pickup from Danny Houghton, and Hull will be very happy with that choice.
On the second tackle, he had no need to kick. They were all covering across. He just had to take the tackle and come back this way.
I think that's cost Wigan any chance of the Challenge Cup there. It really has. There's Burgess there on the wing, tackled two, as you rightly say. And the Hull's defence was shot. They were scrambling. All he needs to do is play.
It's a beautiful pass again by Loughlin.
Yeah, and then lovely play from Gildart. But then why, oh why, on play 2?
No, he's just got to come in away from the touchline. That's all he's got to come. He's got to come in, attack the inside arm of Kelly, and
Kelly.
just take the tackle.
And there were so many black and white players back there, wasn't there?
Yep.
Oh, it's a brilliant scramble defence. Brilliant scramble defence by Hull. But he had to hold the ball and come back this way, go away from the traffic.
Gareth Ellis concerned with the back of his neck here.
Yeah, I think that's...
Is that a crusher tackle?
Well, there may well be the possibility of that with dangerous contact.
I don't think that's intentional though, is it? That's not intentional.
Well, it's Frank Polnusal, isn't it, and Liam Farrell then.
No. Jamie Jones Buchanan, talking to the BBC a while back, was saying how difficult it is when you're in that position.
Correct.
Not to go down on the play.
Exactly.
You might not want to do it, but
He stayed on his feet there, didn't he? You know, he didn't drop to his knees or anything. I think that's just play on. Hope, you know, everything is okay, because the player's health is, you know, is important.
last Challenge Cup final, as we've said, for Gareth Ellis. He'll want to see it to a finish.
Yes, he will. And he's made a good contribution as well. But there's 4 minutes, 33 seconds left.
And there's still a cup final to be won and lost.
Yeah, is there another twist in the tail?
He's okay. So on we go. The clock was stopped throughout that. So 4.5 minutes to play. It's been simmering nicely throughout the afternoon. Is it coming to a boil now?
It's been a great game, Dave, because unless you're actually here, you can't. The heat is unbelievable, and for them to put the effort in, both teams, has been fantastic. It's been a really good Rugby League Challenge Cup final.
Big kick here. When you go for the 40-20.
Pressure's on.
Good
McElaurin came racing out there. Sneed still got some distance on the ball, but not the direction he might have wanted. It's taken by Marshall, who runs it back. Marshall almost slipping away. 5 tackles to go in the set. Gelling now, springing into life.
You might have 2 sets, this one and one more maybe.
Farrell.
Well, they've got to just play, you know, offload, move the ball about.
Bateman damaging limbs and lungs with his effort as he takes it in to within 40 of the whole line. Hull's defenders desperate to hang on. O'Loughlin in the middle of the field where he loves to be. Now it's McElaurin. McElaurin out to this right-hand side. Gelling has it again. Stops, stutters, starts again. Almost fools them, but not in the end. Talanoa makes the tackle.
This is a big play, this.
It's on the 6th. Luluai goes left. Luluai to O'Loughlin. Now it's a run by Williams, almost within inches of the line.
That's how close it is. Now then, big set for Hull. Hold of possession, and just watch the Wigan defenders here. They've got him in the corner. They will be flying into the Hull ball carriers now.
Well, that was a great place to turn the ball over, wasn't it?
What a tackle, though.
Well, we had that great individual moment last year, didn't we, with Danny Houghton, tackle 52 and all of that to deny Curry. And that's more of a team effort.
Yeah.
At the back end of the game to deny Williams.
Yeah.
Watch this line speed now.
Wigan are trying to force a mistake. Hull just want to keep it safe. Beside himself, Lee Radford. As Hull look to blast it away. Wigan will get the ball back. But where, when and how is the big question. Minicello.
Good run.
Trying to make the yards.
Well, he's left a man on the floor as well, so that allows the dummy half to scoot for 10 metres.
Timavabi gets further.
They've done well here at Hull.
Covered some distance.
Done so well to get that, you know, the 40-metre line now.
From the position they were in, Jonathan,
brilliant.
right in the corner.
Brilliant.
This is a big kick to come now. It's in the hands of Kelly. who just hammers it downfield. Has he found touch? He has found touch. Wigan will dash back there to form a scrum and get the referee to stop the clock. And they know that this will be their last chance. The scrum is formed, the clock is stopped, 1 minute and 45. That's more than enough for a full set of 6. But have they got it left back in them to go 90 metres? And Mark Sneyd is the Lance Todd Trophy winner today. We can confirm that. For the first time since Paul Wellens did it in 06 and 07, he's a back-to-back Lance Todd Trophy winner.
Well, he's deserved it. He really has deserved it. And he's deserved it because he's controlled the game. The end of the sets have been superb to Sneyd. He's caused all sorts of problems with his kicking. Been absolutely fantastic, has Sneyd. But the game ain't over yet, Dave.
This is
not over yet.
Last throw of the dice.
This is a deciding set of 6, you feel. Wigan with 6 tackles, make that 5, and still 90 metres to cover.
Well, that's what Kelly's kick gave them the problem. If you're going to score, you've got to go 90 metres to score, 90 metres against a tough, aggressive, energised defence.
They might be out on their feet, Hull, but they will lift here in defence. But Williams and Gildart coming in. It's a decent play.
Defence has been good with Hull today.
O'Loughlin spinning it along the line. Powell to Luluai. Luluai to Tompkins. Quick hands away. Here comes Marshall. But it's a very narrow corridor in which to run. And Hull's defenders make it narrower still as they come across. 2 plays to go. Luluai. Now Tompkins. They searched on the right. They search on the left. Fouls forward. It's forward. It's a forward pass. The Wigan fans are celebrating. Burgess thought he had every right to celebrate, but the ball was flicked forward. And that's a decision which surely confirms the cup is Hull's.
What a fantastic game we've had. And I think that how close these teams have been is illustrated here. It's a great pass there, and it was just palmed on by Williams. It was forward. Let's not make any bones about that. The pass was forward. The officials got it exactly right on the field of play. But what a final we've had.
But again, defence, just watch the defence. He makes a decision. He causes Williams. He can't take and give the ball. Again, Hull defence have come up trumps. Great finish by Wigan. He threw everything at them, but they've just fallen short.
What a game.
25 seconds to go. But Hull in possession. Lee Radford.
This won't be going far. This ball won't be going far.
And the play of the balls will be slow, I would suggest, Jonathan.
Might get one, maybe 2.
Here we go. 2 sets of forwards packed together for the last time today.
Walk away, walk away.
Hull in possession. They hope to bring this game to its conclusion. Houghton. Wigan trying to dislodge the ball. Luluai throws himself at it, but it's still Hull who have it. 7 seconds to go. Slowly by Taylor. A step on the inside by Talanoa. The hooter sounds, but Talanoa's free. Batuli Talanoa can finish with a hat-trick. Unselfishly, he goes for Taylor. Taylor will take the